A Madison County man, unfortunately, is behind bars on a date rape charge. Plus, a Central Kentucky family still looking for answers in the case of a missing person. And some elementary school kids got a chance to play in the dirt today. We've got the details on that, plus Sam Ryan in with the weather. And of course, the very latest from Michael Watkins in the sports world. That is all coming up today live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV big story of the day in Madison County, 24-year-old Ryan Warricks is facing serious charges after a woman accused him of sexual assault. According to court documents, the alleged incident occurred on January the 30th. The victim reported meeting Warricks at a local bar for drinks where she consumed a small amount of alcohol and used his vape. However, the woman told investigators that she quickly became extremely intoxicated, far beyond what she expected from the amount she consumed. She recalls leaving the bar with Warricks and being driven to his residence on Clay Lane. The criminal complaint details the victim has a limited memory of how she arrived at the home or how she ended up in his bedroom. When she regained awareness, she realized that sexual acts had been performed on her while she was physically helpless and unable to consent. Based on the victim's account and the evidence gathered, Ryan Warricks was arrested and booked into the Madison County Detention Center on Thursday. He faces charges of first-degree rape, first-degree sodomy, and first-degree sexual abuse. The investigation into this case is ongoing. Well, on a story we've been covering here live at 5, a tense standoff continues at a Bourbon County mobile home park where residents are fighting a wave of evictions. Despite a brief victory last month, the 14 evictions were dismissed. Property owner Maple Grove MHC LLC swiftly issued new notices affecting nearly 30 tenants at 5000 Bryan Station Road. Attorney Kara Stewart, representing the tenants, argues that the landlord is using a legal loophole to regain control of the property. The owner issued a 30-day notice to terminate month-to-month tenancy, a practice allowed in Kentucky without specific cause. Stewart claims this leads to unjust enrichment as landlords effectively acquire tenants' mobile homes when they lack the time to relocate them. Many residents have called the park home for years, despite ongoing issues like unreliable running water. Now they face an uncertain future, with some desperately seeking new housing. While Stewart acknowledges the tenants' precarious legal position, she vows to fight against what she sees as an injustice. As evictions deadline loom, the community remains in limbo. Our media partner, LEX18, has repeatedly attempted to contact Maple Grove MHC LLC for comment, but has received no response. Of course, that's a story we've been following, and we will continue to do so. Well, if you're a parent to a young child, you've probably seen your little one playing in the dirt, but usually it's on a playground or in the backyard, not in the classroom. Today at Glen Marshall Elementary, young students got to learn more about agriculture in a fun and interactive way. This comes in the middle of Ag Education Week, an initiative developed by state leaders. With more on the story, here's WBON TV's Gage Hill.
If you were to ask a small child where their food or clothes come from, their response would probably be the store. Kentucky's Agriculture and Education Commissioners Jonathan Schell and Robbie Fletcher are aiming to change that by teaching kids exactly how food and clothes make it from the farm to the shelves with Ag Education Week. The goal of this initiative is to not only help students kindergarten through 12th grade understand where food, fibers, and fuel come from, but to also develop an appreciation for agriculture in Kentucky. Today, Commissioner Schell and Fletcher visited Glen Marshall Elementary in Richmond on their statewide tour of educating young minds about the science behind food and resource production.
I think if you ask myself, Commissioner Fletcher, Lieutenant Governor Coleman, and Bethany, that we would all say this has gone way above and beyond what we even expected. Being able to read books to kids, being able to participate in petting zoos, being able to look at some of just the innovative stuff that these teachers have really put together in all the amazing things in their classrooms to be able to give these kids a little bit of agriculture education.
Glen Marshall students got to participate in engaging interactive lessons where they got to learn about topics like pollination and erosion. Older kids got to plant their own seeds in real soil, and for the little ones, well, they got their hands on a different kind of dirt. Volunteers from the local Future Farmers of America chapter supervised the students as they learned more about all the things that come from the ground. There were also educational games and a storytime session where FFA members read age-appropriate books highlighting the wonders of gardening. Commissioner Schell says that relevancy is an important part in engaging young students on subjects that they aren't familiar with.
For me, when I was in school, the biggest thing that I had an issue with was figuring out why I have to know geometry. Why would I need algebra in my life? Why do I need these things? Well, when I started getting on the farm and learning that, my dad was building a barn and I needed to know geometry and I needed to know algebra to be able to figure all these things out.
Commissioner Schell, along with other state agricultural leaders, also participated in the Ask an Aggie live panel broadcast from Frankfort this afternoon. The first Ag Education Week continues through Friday, March 21st, where officials from the Department of Education and Agriculture will travel to Western Kentucky, visiting schools in Henderson and Union counties. Reporting for WBON Channel 9, I'm Gage Hill.
Thanks, Gage, for that story. Really cool program there. Well, the Kentucky Supreme Court has overturned the conviction of Troy Dunkelberger in the 2020 shooting death of Jaron Slayback. The case stems from an incident in Wolfe County where Slayback, 31, was fatally shot during a vacation with friends. According to Kentucky State Police, an argument escalated between Slayback and Dunkelberger, leading to Dunkelberger shooting Slayback multiple times. Dunkelberger was subsequently charged with murder. A Wolfe County jury found him guilty of first-degree manslaughter in 2023. However, the Kentucky Supreme Court has now reversed that conviction. The court agreed with Dunkelberger's argument that evidence presented at his trial did not justify an initial aggressor instruction. This legal instruction essentially tells the jury that a person who initiates a conflict cannot claim self-defense. The Supreme Court determined that there was insufficient evidence to meet the criteria for this instruction, which significantly impacted the jury's decision. Without it, the court reasoned the jury might have believed Dunkelberger acted in imperfect self-defense, meaning he believed he was in danger, but his actions were not fully justified. In this scenario, he could have been convicted of a lesser charge, such as second-degree manslaughter or reckless homicide. As a result of the ruling, Dunkelberger's conviction has been overturned, and he is now eligible for retrial. The decision raises questions about the circumstances of the shooting and the legal interpretation of self-defense in Kentucky. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Much cooler here today. We've got Sam in the Weather Center going to take a look at that forecast.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation, and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
Welcome back to Alive at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. It was so nice and warm yesterday when I left the station. I left my jacket here. I really regretted that this morning when I had to come back. Much cooler out there. We've got Sam in the Weather Center going to let us know how long the colder temperatures are going to stick around.
Hi, thank you, and welcome everybody. Well, it's been blustery, colder out here on our first day of spring. Our equinox was early this morning. We'll see a little improvement by tomorrow afternoon, but first we have to get through another cold snap here tonight in particular. We have this front moving off to the east, so quite a bit of cloud cover, a few drips out there through the early evening. But notice back here, everything starts clearing out. Now, this is not clouds. This is the blizzard they dealt with due to this same system that blasted through here. So anyhow, we're going to see clearing skies is the bottom line overnight tonight. See a couple of those drips still passing through until about midnight, then things should begin to clear on out. More sunshine tomorrow afternoon. We have high pressure that's sliding down towards Florida. Our winds turn out of the south pretty quickly here, helping to warm us up a little bit. More seasonable is kind of what we're talking here for the afternoon. So clearing and cold tonight. A milder afternoon, maybe a better term than warmer. Storms return on Sunday. Another front hits us, and that could lead to some heavy rain and possibly even some stronger storms down to our southwest. And it looks unsettled even throughout the rest of next week. I'll have a break maybe Monday, Tuesday, and pick things back up towards the end of the week with another system. So those winds out of the southwest increasing just a touch here, but it will help warm us up. There's that slight risk of severe weather already on our doorstep to our southwest on Sunday. So we'll have to watch out for some gusty winds and hail. And I can't rule it out even here locally. Overnight tonight, dropping into the 20s. Bundle up. The winds relax. That's probably the one silver lining, but dropping below freezing. And then by noon, we'll start warming up pretty quickly, 44. And then, unlike today, we were hanging out in the low 40s. Tomorrow will be around 55 degrees. And kicking it up to 58 Saturday. There's that thunderstorm threat Sunday, exiting by Monday. And might get a little break Monday, Tuesday. Another storm system end of the week.
Thanks, Sam. I like those sunshines. I could use some much warmer temperatures, though. I think it is time out there. You can check out that full forecast. It's up on our website, WBON TV. You can also find that on our Facebook page. Well, nearly a year after 27-year-old Timmy Sterner vanished, his father, Timothy Sterner, is living with agonizing uncertainty and fear. The elder Sterner believes that human remains found last week in Jessamine County may belong to his missing son. Timmy Sterner disappeared April the 9th of this past 11 months have been a nightmare for the family. Last Thursday, Kentucky State Police discovered human remains in a wooded area off Sulphur Well Road near where Timmy was last seen. Timothy Sterner now fears the worst, believing his son may have been murdered. Despite his overwhelming grief, Timothy Sterner offered a message of hope to other families searching for missing loved ones, urging them not to give up. He also expressed gratitude to law enforcement for their ongoing efforts in his son's case. The identity of the remains have not yet been officially released, leaving Timothy Sterner and his family in the state of painful limbo as they await confirmation. Well, today, Governor Andy Beshear vetoed House Bill 4, a bill that would ban DEI practices at Kentucky public colleges and universities. A video showing Beshear vetoing the bill was posted to social media site X. Beshear post stated, "We've worked hard to make our Commonwealth a welcoming place. House Bill 4 takes us away from that. We should be embracing diversity, not banning it." Whit Whitaker, president of the NAACP in Lexington, commented, "We have to understand that equality, inclusion, accessibility, and diversity is embedded in everything we do." Ricky Santiago, chapter president of the National Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce, stated in the video, "Equality, equity, and diversity is not about taking away from anyone. It's about being intentional and making sure that everyone can reach their full human potential." Well, on Wednesday, sections of Kentucky 192 were closed down due to an overturned semi-truck. According to the London Fire Department, the truck overturned at the intersection of South Laurel Road, blocking the westbound lanes. London police stated that the roadway was blocked for an extended period of time. Drivers were told to expect delays and to seek alternative routes as emergency crews cleared the scenes. The cause of the accident is currently unknown. Of course, we'll bring you more information as updates become available. Georgetown police are searching for a man following a narcotics-related search Wednesday. According to officials, officers located 18 grams of cocaine and a small amount of marijuana, along with digital scales, a loaded revolver, and a spare ammunition during the search. Police say that 42-year-old Kelvin Kirkland is a person of interest in the investigation and has outstanding warrants for his arrest. Kirkland, officials warn, should be considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. If you have any information regarding Kirkland's whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Georgetown Police. That phone number, 502-863-7820. Now we're going to take another quick break. Michael Watkins has all your sports report news. That is coming up next here live at 5.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Punson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad yet.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 News Team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from Emergency Management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings, and log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV 9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Well, it's a big weekend for EKU sports, and football is right around the corner as the program will host its annual event, Suits for Seniors, in April. With a preview of the event, Michael Watkins checks in with today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
It's a Thursday edition of the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, and with all the madness getting underway today and games of the NCAA tournament taking place, don't forget you can keep up to date with your scores online at WCYOFM.com. You can check those after each game, see where you currently sit in the standings as we go forward through the NCAA tournament if you're taking part of the Coyote Bracket Challenge. As for today's sports report, well, the 2025 Suits for Seniors event for EKU football will be taking place next month on April 25th, once again at Chenault Vineyards. This event has gotten bigger and better each year, and during last year's event, Dawson Roll and I got to be a part of the festivities with a live broadcast where we spoke with head football coach Walt Wells about Suits for Seniors and what it is all about.
When you look back on when this party or this shindig, whatever you want to call it, when it first started, did you ever imagine it would turn into this?
I hoped it had. I knew after the first night when it was pretty good, I was like, all right, we're on to something here, guys. I think we got a chance to make it, really good. And then last year was busting at the seams, and this year's the same thing. We sold out. We had to turn people away. Credit to Kim Davis, who's the chair of the committee. Credit to Chuck Harden and Jan Barnes, who are on the committee. Credit goes to Grant Stepp, who's now left and is Kentucky State's AD, but did a great job and will be here later on. Savannah Brunty, his assistant, who's done a great job. And then Thomas Bowling, who is our DFO, who does a lot of great things for this. And Jeff Griffith, my chief of staff. Those guys have done a phenomenal job.
One question. So obviously we've gotten this event out to Chenault Vineyards now. We've gotten this big, and it's growing and growing like you just said. What is an event like this, kind of not necessarily football related, but helping the players beyond football? What does that mean to y'all's program and growing it more?
Well, I think it's unique. I think one thing I noticed is Austin Peay is now trying to give to their, they went and got somebody to donate, and I think that's great. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right?
Yeah.
And so I think what it shows is that, we get on their tail on the practice field and in games, and we have to hold them accountable when they, games and at home, or when they do something. But we also care. We want them to have a head start in life. And everything about college is get it. Used to be college was get a degree and you got your head start. Well, a lot of people got degrees now, so now you got to give them a different opportunity. And I was blessed to be around some men that did all these things, but never all together. And I just said, we can do it. We'll put them all together, and we'll make this a great event. And it'd be good to know back and see how many suits we bought. But the good people in Colonel Nation have come out and donated their time, their money, and got these young men from cuff to collar a great suit.
This Monday on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Coach Wells will join us again to give us more details about the event taking place in around a month. Well, the EKU baseball team saw its three-game winning streak come to an end with a 14-8 loss to Western Kentucky yesterday at Earl Combs Stadium. Western, now 20-1, wasted little time getting going offensively. The third batter of the game, Ryan Weidman, hit a 3-run home run, and the Hilltoppers led the rest of the game. EKU scored in the bottom of the fourth on Colby Ott's solo home run. It was his second of the season and closed the gap to 4-1. The Hilltoppers pulled away with 5 runs in the fifth to make it 9-1. Nazir Mendez had a 2-run single for the Colonels as part of a 3-run bottom of the fifth. And Ott finished tonight with a 1-for-2 evening with 2 walks, 2 runs, and an RBI. Mendez was 2 for 3 with 2 driven in. Weidman had a 5-for-5 game with a walk for Western Kentucky. He scored 3 runs, added 3 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. Reed Halbert was 4 for 5 with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. And for the Colonels, they will wrap up their 8-game homestand with a 3-game series against North Alabama starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. For this Thursday Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, wishing you luck. Hopefully your tournament bracket has not already been busted. Mine's still alive as the moment sits, but still a long way to go. Thanks for joining us, folks. I'm Michael Watkins.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
I love this card.
Thanks. Go Colonels! Is it here? Hey Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. Earlier today, Governor Andy Beshear ordered flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of Sergeant George Ramirez. According to a press release from the governor's office, Ramirez, who was with the Kentucky State Reformatory in Oldham County, died during a car crash March the 10th while en route to an off-site post. The memorial service for Ramirez was reportedly held earlier today. Beshear is encouraging all individuals, organizations, and businesses to fly flags at half-staff. Thanks so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful afternoon, and of course, I'll see you right back here tomorrow, live at 5.